I think Islamic finance has uniqueness is that I'm pretty sure that the big techs, Islamic finance is not on their radar, but the conventional finance is definitely on the radar of the big techs. So when you're talking about Facebook, Google, Apple, I mean, the most popular payment system in UAE, in the United Arab Emirates today, is actually Apple Pay. It's not a local payment system or anything like that. And Facebook is getting very, very strongly in that area. I think Google is definitely, it's on their radar. And they're warming up those big techs. And one important thing, when you talk about fintechs, the most important word is trusts. Why fintechs sometimes struggle in our regions is the trust factor. Basically, this is what keeps actually the power with the banks. The banks have the trust and they earned it over the years. So if you have your life savings, you do not take your life savings and put it in a fintech, not yet. And it could happen, but not yet. Even with the new banks, they're struggling with this trust issue. The problem is those big techs do have the trust because you are trusting those big techs with your most private data. If you look at what you put on your emails on Google and Gmail, if we see what you share on some of these platforms, if you are buying something from Amazon.com, you really don't hesitate to put your credit card information on Amazon.com. But if you go to a local network and you try to put your credit card information, you hesitate and you're like, oh, I wonder if I should put it or not. So the trust is there. And that's what I believe we have to watch for. For the conventional finance, those big techs, when they move to the local markets, they will move in power. And I think India allowed, for example, WhatsApp, which is owned by Facebook, WhatsApp network to do WhatsApp payments. And now they're having a lot of issues of what is WhatsApp doing with the data, and the government is going back and forth with Facebook and trying to figure out exactly how is this working. The Islamic finance, we really are not on radar of big data. So all the fintechs has this advantage that whatever the Islamic fintechs do, if they can develop the trust, and if they can gain that trust from the people, they can actually develop services to compete with the Apple Pay and to compete with those conventional big techs. I think the local financial services may get squeezed with those big techs, but I really do believe Islamic finance has advantage if they can capitalize on that advantage and develop that trust. Today, my evaluation of the Islamic finance, even with the slides that Brother Mustafa shared, and I think Dr. Safa mentioned, the percentage is very, very small when you talk about Islamic finance. But actually, it is representative of what Islamic finance as a whole for the conventional finance. So if you look at the Islamic finance, it's about 2%, 2.5% of the total global conventional finance, the global finance system. And if you look at the Islamic fintechs, that are around there in our region, 1.5 to 2%. Brother Mustafa wants to say something, I think. Okay, so I really do believe it's representative. We do need to push ahead with Islamic finance. I've been saying this for 10 years, even before the fintechs. We were talking about Islamic finance. I think we're not as good in differentiating Islamic finance still. We're not educating people enough. We're not penetrating enough. Some countries are doing much better job than others, but I think we still have a long way to go and a lot of hard work to actually gain some momentum in that area.